Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today we're talking about self-tapes. Now my tapes used to look like this, but now they look like this. What I'm about to show you right now is the 6 fundamentals of a solid self-tape. Okay, now, the most important thing when you're making a self-tape. How many of you thought I was gonna say camera?
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
It's not the camera.
Don't beat yourself up.
The most important thing for a good self-tape is light. There are a couple key parts of what makes a good self-tape light. First, you want a large, soft source. That's what this is right here. This is probably a little much for your self-tapes. I'll link it right here. That's the light I use, and that's the softbox I use. I love this softbox so much because it pops open like an umbrella. It's like the easiest thing you could possibly do. So the thing about a large soft source is that it's the most flattering light for the face. The times I've been on big film sets, they have these, 30-foot silk screens in a metal frame, and they're shooting big ass lights through it. And that's the standard for how to get flattering light in Hollywood right now. So no ring lights here.
No wire hangers!
If you have a ring light, that's totally fine. But I don't love the harsh light, and I don't like the circles that it puts in your eyes. The next thing that's really important about your light source is that it has the correct color. You can't just flip on a lamp, because if you'll notice, that color is really strange compared to this color. And if you'll see kind of in this rim light behind my head, it changes the color of your skin tones. And we don't like that. So this light here is 5600 Kelvin. If you get a 5600 light, it's gonna really closely depict what the sun looks like on your skin, and that's going to render the best representation of what your actual skin tone looks like. A self-tape is like a headshot. You want it to look like you. That leads me to the next point, which is the third part of what really makes a good light. And we're harping on this for a while because I think lighting is that important. See, now all the colors are balanced. The CRI of the light source measures how accurately that light depicts the true color of an object as it pertains to the light that the sun gives out. That's probably confusing to some of you. It doesn't necessarily matter. The thing that's important to know is that the numbers are ranked from 0 to 100. That light bulb that I just showed back there is like a 78 CRI. This is a 97. Sometimes when you shine light from a bad quality source onto an object, it's gonna make it look like a completely different color. And we don't want that when we're dealing with our skin tone. So just to recap, large soft source, 5600 Kelvin, and a high CRI. The industry standard for a backdrop right now is the chroma blue. I wouldn't recommend white, I wouldn't recommend green or black. I would recommend blue. Lots of casting directors' offices have blue. Lots of professional self-tape offices have blue. There's this Impact pop-up 5x7 that I've been using for a long time. I traveled with it. It's super helpful and easy to set up and break down. It folds up into a little circle, and I'd highly recommend that. You can pop that up against the wall in your apartment. I wouldn't put it up against a window. It is see-through, so if there's light coming in from behind, you're gonna see through that. But if you put it up against the wall, or if you have enough light shining on it from the front, you won't notice, and that will be great. So on to number 3, audio. Audio is very important because mostly you want to make sure that you're not recording next to a lawnmower. Or one time I was filming a tape recently and the dishwasher was in the background, and that was like not really an acceptable tape. Also, there was one where there was a dryer in the background, but ideally you want to close all the windows and have it nice and quiet. Additionally, I would recommend this microphone for your iPhones. It's about $125. It plugs right into the Thunderbolt or Lightning, whatever the hell that mount is called. Really steps your tapes up. Even if you're just doing acting tapes, it's gonna really change the game for you. And if you're doing singing tapes, it's a no-brainer because the camera audio is fine coming out of your iPhone, but it's not as good as this is gonna sound. I swear by it.
I bought it for my TikTok.
That leads us to number 4, stability. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've balanced books on chairs with trash cans. They have light stands now that are super small. You can mount your camera and your lights to these light stands. So now this guy's in focus and not me, but that's okay. So this light stand is, I mean, you can find light stands online for like $10 now. And this newer mount, how about this? Boom, boom. This little Shure mic, pop it right in there. Boom. You're Gucci.
Gucci.
Okay, now number 5. Now we finally have gotten to the thing that everybody thinks is the most important, the camera. This thing we have right here is plenty. Don't spend $1,200 on a camera unless you're trying to get into amateur photography or you want to, I don't know. I would even recommend this if you're trying to get into shooting sketch work or shooting stuff for your reel. The biggest thing is framing. That is pretty simple. We want to be shooting at eye level. This camera right now is a little bit above eye level, which I don't love. You kind of want to be right at eye level so that you are not creating any kind of distortion. And the other thing with the iPhone is that I sometimes like to zoom in. Don't move the camera too close because this iPhone has a wide angle lens. So the wide angle lenses are going to create distortion on your face. If you get too close to your face, it's going to make your nose look huge. This is kind of the standard for what I do when I'm making any normal tape. If it's something that's a Hollywood drama or something that is a horror film or something where it's going to be a more toned down performance, I'll get real close and I'll just do, I can kind of crop into that now. That way you can just see the slightest expressions in my face. And I don't have to do much, but it's a lot. And I'll just talk like any film actor talks. So to recap, the most important parts of your self-tape are light, background, stability, audio, and framing/camera. So those are the 5 fundamentals of what make a good tape. I will link all of the things that I talked about in this video down below. If you are an actor who's interested in making content for the internet, that's what this channel is going to be focused on. So please subscribe if you're interested in getting more information on how you can pave your own lane. I think it's very important for us all right now to understand how these things work because it's very cost effective for you to learn these skills by yourself and not hire somebody like me to do it for you. That seems crazy. Maybe I'll put myself out of business and no one will want to hire my creative agency, but that's fine with me for now. I just want to create as much value as possible. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Boosh.